This is how I make sure that I get consistently hired for great video projects and I'm able to charge the rates that I want to. This is day one of shoot in Chicago for a project with my friend Zay. If you've been following the rest of this series, then you would have seen how we brought my van and the rest of the equipment here before. So today was day one. We were ready to go out and film. We were filming in a really popular location in Chicago called the Old Post Office, and apparently even one of the Batman movies were filmed here. So I was really excited to see the location and get some sort of lighting plan together. I'm a terrible vlogger. I forgot to vlog. I know. Wow, this location was really nice. I mean, I could see multiple places we could film and it would look incredible on camera. I was really eager to see the room we were filming in. It's called the Vault. As soon as I entered the room, I got really excited. I saw a lot of potential, a lot of great angles we could film at, a lot of stuff in the room that we could use as props or art pieces in the background. And immediately I started formulating some kind of lighting plan, overall plan where we could put cameras and things like that. And that's when the first challenge came through, and it wasn't the last. And that's what you'll see is a common thread in not only this job, but a lot of corporate and commercial projects I do, including documentary, where you're consistently thrown in these unpredictable environments where you just have to change your plans in a second. And being able to push through this and still being easy to work with is how you can consistently get hired, because that's worked for me for years. We were told the Vault, the room that we were going to use for our shoot, was not going to be available because they needed it for something else in the conference. So instead of having 6 to 7 hours to set this up, we were going to only have 2 hours.
Put it up against the wall for
we're here at the location, and we just found out all we're going to have is 2 hours. So we need to make some of the most beautiful images we've ever made in 2 hours. How do you guys think about that?
We'll see. We can do it. One challenge. See if we can make it happen.
All right, let's see what we do. Got breakfast. Let's see what everyone's eating. After breakfast, the strategy I formulated, I didn't want to waste hours doing nothing. Instead, I was like, let's go take advantage of this extra time and go unload our equipment, bring it up, and set up as many things as we can before we have access to the room. That way we can make the most of our time. Things that you have to deal with video production. So this truck is parked completely crooked, so we cannot do what we need to do, which is unload. So here we are, waiting. So a lot of what we do in video production is not actually filming.
Just waiting to film. Setting up the film.
Yeah, we just want our equipment, please. Despite the truck blocking the loading dock, we were able to use the ramp and unload all the equipment from the van. And this van was so useful on this project. I can't imagine having done it without that. Because having the carts on the van made things so much easier. We were just able to roll off the carts, because navigating these narrow elevators and alleys and things like that in these locations, these carts make it so much easier to be able to bring a lot of equipment into the location very easily. We did get to play some ping pong though.
Oh, that one got me.
So our strategy was to use 5 cameras on this project. Our A camera was going to be the Sony Burano. Our B, C, and D cameras were going to be the Sony FX6. And then the E camera, which is going to be used for a top-down rig, was going to be the Sony FX3. We started rigging the cameras, getting them ready. And I love the lenses that we used on this project. The DZO Arles lenses, they are incredible. I was really surprised the image and everything coming out of them. They were really amazing to use. I'm going to be making a dedicated video about them and comparing them with their luster versions. Alright, so that's good. That's our one camera. Let's get the matte box for C. So take the thing off. Why don't you get your D camera out? Yeah, so that's yours, handheld. So your D is going to be 100, no. Yeah, 100 millimeter. Yeah. So we can put a lot in there. Okay, you twist it. Pull it out.
Mario's setting up the matte box right now.
Alright, so that's one. And make sure, like, you see how easy it is? And I will not know to change the exposure. Make sure you stay on 1/4. Okay, so you need now your matte box, which is This one. No, this is D. So, and this one just straight clamps on. This is good. Then we put this on. I think we just plug it right here.
Sweet. Putting it on the stand, right?
Yes. Go forward. Yeah. Just so it's balanced better. There you go.
Thank God when I do handheld with this.
Yeah. That would hurt. To save time, after we were done with cameras, we started assembling the Dana dolly, and we put it on these Matthews slider stands with the casters on it, so that way we could just roll it into the room when we could have access to it. So to save time, I reverted to one of my favorite key light setups, which is setting up an 8x with an ultra bounce on it, putting it at a 45-degree angle, and hanging a magic cloth in front of it. It looks incredible. The light wraps really well. It's a big, large source and really soft, so it'll work with a lot of different skin tones. We put it on rolling stands so we could move as people change, if we need to kind of change the location and make it perfect for each individual. For my light choice, I decided to use two Nova panels. These are the P300C panels from Aperture, and I really like the light coming out of them. It's already kind of soft, and then bouncing it off an ultra bounce and diffusing it through a magic lock, it was going to be a really, really nice light. And like I said, the wrap was going to be really amazing. Our A camera was going to be the Sony Burano. It was going to be on sticks, and we were going to record in 8K, and that way we were able to pull a wide shot and kind of like a medium tight shot because you can punch in. The lens of choice that we put on it was a 35mm Arles Prime. We were shooting everything in T1.4 because we wanted that soft, dreamy, moody look that we were going for. Our B camera was the Sony FX6. I had a 75mm on it, and it was on the Dana dolly. Our third camera was another FX6, and we were kind of calling it like a creative angle. So we put it on sticks, but we wanted it really low and kind of angled up to give us that extra unique angle for that creative flair. And I decided to go with a 50 on it. And our fourth camera was going to be handheld for those detail shots for faces, hands, emotions. We went with a 100mm on it. It was another FX6. One of the unique things the directors they wanted to do was bring in a creative top-down shot. So I decided to go with the trusty Sony FX3 with the 25mm lens. And I built the rig using speed rail. We went with like a 12-foot speed rail, so the stands are kind of minimally visible, even though we wanted them in the shot to kind of give it that BTSE vibe. And it came out really incredible. It stayed consistent throughout. And I loved using the monitor and control app from Sony, so I was able to remotely control the camera, change settings, trigger record, and that app was so handy on this project. And this is the advantage of having an amazing crew on a job like this. Because I knew everyone who was working there, I knew their strengths, and I kind of put them in the best positions that they were going to be in. So Emmanuel was going to be on the handheld camera, Jarrett was on the Dana dolly, and Mario, he got the worst of it because he was in triple duty. I put him on monitoring audio and on both the Burano and the Creative Angle FX6. And I made myself kind of like a video village. And I used my camera card, and I was able to use quad view and bringing the cameras. So I was able to see all 4 cameras on my production monitor and the 5th camera, which is the FX3, on the iPad with the monitor and control app. This way I could see all the cameras. We were using these Hollyland C1 Pro comms, so this made it very easy for me to be able to communicate to the team, make changes as we were still continuing the interview. The other thing I really loved is these wireless monitors I have. So Zay, I was easily able to handle him the small HD that I put on the A camera. It's the Cine 7 with a built-in Terra deck. And then on the B camera, I had the Pyro 7 from Hollyland. And I love about that is it can actually switch between both the B and C cameras. So I was quickly able to hand that to Zay, the director, or the rest of the clients, and they were quickly able to swap between all those 3 cameras and get a good view of what we were recording. That was not, everyone just didn't have to surround me and be facing the monitors that I was looking at. So it made it very easy to work. And that was a wrap on day 1. And I was really excited with what we were able to capture, given that we only had 2 hours. The lighting design we did, moving furniture, setting up 5 cameras, building an overhead rig. I think we found huge success on this day. And the other thing was the room was a secure room, so we could just leave everything set up. And we drove back to the Airbnb and grabbed some poke on the way for dinner. And this is the best thing about traveling with friends. Normally on a shoot like this, when I'm traveling by myself, I generally just go back to the room and I'm done for the day. But because we're all friends and everyone wanted to just go out and explore and have fun, we decided to go rent these bikes and go see the beam.
Hey, he's got one too. You see that?
Yeah. What's up? Then we ditched the bikes and decided to walk by the river. The boys decided they wanted to sit down and grab a drink, and it was pretty delicious. After that, we took an Uber back to the Airbnb and called it a night. Being flexible and able to move past challenges thrown at you is how you get noticed on set, because the director, the client, they all notice that, hey, despite the challenges, this crew is able to move and get things done, is one of the main ways that I consistently get hired over and over again. I can't wait to share the rest of the days with you. This project was incredible despite all the challenges we faced.